We're speaking about the importance of saying the Pesukei Zimra. The Midrash in Parashat Tzav says about the chapter 100 Tehillim, Mizmor Letoda. That we'll know in the future all the sacrifices. There will not be no more Hatat, no more sin offering. There will be no more Asham offering. There will be only Korban Todah, only the Thanksgiving offering. So therefore, that's why the chapter 100 of Tehillim, Mizmor Letoda, is a very, very important Tehillim. And therefore, a person has to treat it properly. That's the Orchot Chaim writes that when a person reads Mizmor Letoda in the Pesukei Zimra, he should say it slowly, he should say it with a sing-song voice, and that's what Shulchan Aruch writes also in Siman Nun Aleph, that a person, when he reads Mizmor Letoda, he should put some more extra concentration, read it slowly, read it with a song voice, and that's how a person is supposed to read Mizmor Letoda. Also, the Gemara Masechet Bechorot Daf Dalet tells us that Ashrei Yoshev we know is a very important, integral part of Pesukei Zimra, and the Gemara wants to know why is it so special, to the point where the sages tell us if you say Ashrei 3 times a day, you're ben olam haba. The Gemara says because it has both every single letter of the alphabet except for Nun, and every single letter there's words that we praise Hashem with. Plus, it has the pasuk of Poteach et yadecha, that where we say that Hashem opens His hand and He satiates, He gives parnasah to every single person, every single being in this world. So therefore, that's why it's so special. It reminds us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who gives parnasah, not our hard work. Our hard work is shtadlut. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, quote unquote, opens the faucet, we hold the bowl. So therefore, that's why the Talmid Ben Yonah writes that if a person did not have in mind, when he says Poteach et yadecha, he didn't have in mind that Hashem is the one who gives parnasah, and he didn't think about this, you have to go back and say it again. You did not fulfill the mitzvah, and you didn't fulfill the special promise of saying Ashrei 3 times a day. Now the question is, Shulchan Aruch says also the same thing in Siman Nun Aleph. The question is, if you didn't have it in mind, you spaced out when you say Poteach et yadecha, you have to read Ashrei again? No, so the Mishnah Berurah says, you have to read from Poteach et yadecha all the way again to the end of Ashrei. But Yalkut Yosef argues, Yalkut Yosef says it's enough if you just say the pasuk again, Poteach et yadecha, u'mazbiah lechol charason. A person that has, we have the Sfaradim, have a famous minhag, we raise our hands and we open our hands to remind ourselves and to do the action of receiving from Hashem to get us to have the concentration. So the whole idea of opening the hands is to make sure we have the right concentrations. Therefore, a person should make sure to fulfill this halakha and remember that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who gives parnasah, not anybody else. There's a nice mashal that the Midrash says about Parashat Noach, that there was, everybody knows that the animals went by pairs, right, into the teva, the non-kosher ones, and there was also one angel that wanted to go into the teva and needed a pair, and that was Sheker. Sheker needed to go into the teva. Lies also wanted to go into the ark. So they told him, you need to have a partner. Who's your partner? The Lies went to go looking for a partner. He couldn't find any partners. Nobody wanted to be his partner. Till he found Pat. He found Pat. Pat means loss. Loss said, I'll be your partner. However, we have to make a deal. What's the deal? Everything you gain, you give me. And well, that's the deal. Whatever you gain, you give me. It's no problem. Okay, as long as you'll be my partner. So Sheker and Lies and loss, they became partners. They went into the teva. And the Chazal tell us from that point in time, anytime you gain something through lies, you should know eventually it's going where? To loss. Because of that partnership Sheker and Pat made. But I heard my Rebbe one time say, he said, you should know they had a child. And what was their child? Their child was called politics. Politica. Sheker, lies, and loss. They had a child and named politics. Therefore, we should always try to stay out of politics. Baruch Nayolam.